Hello and welcome to Shamrock Rovers Fan TV. Now today we have our match preview for Shamrock Rovers against St Patrick's Athletic at Tallaght Stadium. Now it's absolutely brilliant to have League of Ireland action back, and it's brilliant to have the Hoops back playing in the LOI. And it is a big game to kick off our league campaign, playing St Patrick's Athletic, which is a Dublin derby. Now it is going to be a tight game. Pats have some very good players like Ronan Coughlin and Lee Desmond at the back. Ronan Coughlin will be a massive threat to our defence, but we do have a very good defence, and I am confident going into the game. Lee Desmond has been a player for the last few years that a lot of people have been saying should go to Rovers, and Rovers should go in and try get him. Obviously, we've brought in some different players, and if he came in, he wouldn't get a game at all. Now, with the players like Sean Hoare coming in and Liam Scales, but he's still a very good player, and Pats still have a very, very good team. So let's get into our Rovers team for this game, and in goal, Alan Manis. Alan was very good against Dundalk. There was some unfortunate chances and maybe should have saved their goal, but he's still very good and he was brilliant for us last season. He's a super keeper and he should be in the team. A left wing back, Liam Scales. Now there has been a few injuries like Neil Fruge and Sean Kavanagh, and Bradley has said they're going to still have to take a look at them today. And it's possible they will be able to play, but I wouldn't be playing someone who's just come back from injury. So I put Liam Scales there. He was absolutely brilliant against Dundalk in that position. He played left back before for teams like UCD. So I think he deserves a spot in the team, and I think I'd play him at left wing back. At right wing back, Sean Gannon. Gannon was very good in the game against Dundalk. There were some chances where maybe he should have done a bit better, or maybe should have got past the man. But he's a very good player, and he's going to be... He was a big signing for us when we got him in, and he's going to be a big player for us this season. The first centre-back, Joey O'Brien. Joey's a brilliant leader on the pitch, even though he isn't the captain. Still a big leader and someone you need to keep in the dressing room, even if he's not going to play every game. He's just a great player to have in training and in the dressing room. He's very good for the dressing room, as you can kind of tell, that some of the players have spoken about him. So I have him in the squad, and he's a great leader on the pitch, not just off the pitch. But I'd have him in the team because he's a very good player as well. Next in defence, we have Sean Hoare, a bit like Gannon, signed from Dundalk, and he's going to be a big player for us this season. He was quite good against Dundalk. I thought maybe he could have done a bit better, but he was solid, and he didn't really put a foot wrong. There was one or two chances where maybe he should have done better, but he was very good. And then to finish off the defence, Roberto Lopez. Unfortunately, it looks like Lee Grace won't be able to play, and as I said, Bradley's going to have to take a look at him, but I doubt he'll play. But Pico's a brilliant player, and he's a fan favourite at the club, and he deserves to play. As left mid, Graham Burke. Graham, he's now extended his contract at the club, which is brilliant, and hopefully he will end his career at this club because he's such a good player. There's some days where he won't turn up, but there's some days when he does turn up, he's brilliant. In the Dundalk game, he was alright. He could have done a bit better, but he didn't do... There were some chances where he should have done better, but at the end of the day, he had a solid performance. And as the right midfielder, Danny Mandrow, new signing from Bowes, making his league debut if he does play, and hopefully he does. Did well against Dundalk. That wasn't his debut. It was a competitive debut, as they would have said, but he did play in pre-season and he did get a goal. He's going to be big for our team, just like every signing we've got, really. And I'm excited to see him this season. And in the midfield, Chris Mccann. Chris was my man of the match in that Dundalk game. He was absolutely brilliant. He had them Dundalk players on strings. He was super. I think out of all our signings, and they're all big names, I think he was the best one. And a lot of people will disagree because Mandrew, Sean Hoare and Gannon are all big names in the League of Ireland, but I think Chris Mccann is going to be a super player for us this season. And beside him in midfield, Ronan Finn, captain, leader, legend. You can't really drop him. He's just super. Back to his normal position. I thought he would have played right wing back again in the President's Cup, but Gannon came in. It's what Bradley picked, and I think it was the right choice. Ronan did very well in midfield, and it's his normal position now. It's going to be tight to see if he does keep playing there, as we have players like Gary O'Neill, who is brilliant, and you can't really leave players like that on the bench. So we'll have to see, but Ronan is a brilliant player. And then up front, Rory Gaffney. I'm going to give him another chance. I know he didn't do too well in the President's Cup final, but I think I'd give him another chance. He did really well in pre-season, as I said in my preview for the Dundalk game in the President's Cup. Didn't do well, as I said, in that game, but I think I'll give him another chance, and I'm really hoping he can get a goal. Now, my score prediction is 3-1 to Rovers. I think I'd like to see Gaffney get a goal. I want him to keep up with that. I think he will. And I think Roberto Lopez will get a goal, and maybe Sean Gannon for them. If there's a player that will get you a goal, it's probably Ronan Coughlin. Lee Desmond could get a header, because they have some very good players in that team that could get a goal, like Dara Markey, but I think Ronan Coughlin would probably score for them. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know your score prediction down below, and I'll see you all next time. Come on the Hoops!